We are Gathering of the Geeks, podcast and YouTube show built around the things we as geeks all love. Hashtag we gather on Sundays. Thank you for checking out episode 8, the one with Lauren. I'm one of your hosts, Emmet, and I'm joined by the Ted Lasso to my coach Beard, Chris Evans. Chris, how are you doing tonight, my son?
I'm doing swell.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. And as you can see on the screen right now, folks, we got Lauren with us. Lauren, how are you doing?
Hello. Good. How are y'all doing?
I was frozen for a second, so all I heard was the sound.
I thought she was a chipmunk. I thought she was doing like
it got like scary for a second.
Are we gonna do accents? Are we all doing accents?
No,
No.
we're not. No.
No.
All right,
not in this Chili's tonight. No.
This is a Wendy's.
Well, clearly we don't know what's happening at all, Chris. Emmet, you're in charge.
Oh,
I
trust me.
thought we were more organized tonight. What's
Yeah,
going on?
Chris was saying before the show started, "Oh, we're organized," and it's just gonna end up like every other show.
That may be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If I was Rebecca, I feel like that's a huge compliment, and I don't live up to that. So, like, you need to lower your bar grabs. But thank you.
I also can't make biscuits or what.
Could she be the Keely? Keely could work.
Keely Adam? That might be more accurate.
Yeah, a little sassy, little attitude. Yeah, I like that.
I love Keely. She's great.
It's settled then.
It's settled. Lauren is the
Diamond
Keely.
Dogs have struck again.
Let's get T-shirts.
Ooh, ones we won't get sued for though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a key thing. That's
like
key for Chris.
What?
That's key for you, Chris, is they're not getting sued.
Not really. I mean, so you other aliases. Who knows what happens with this paperwork?
That's right.
I don't know.
Before we get any farther, guys, I just wanted to say hey to everybody in the chats already so far. Grab Steven, Juan, Zeddy was first. Eric, Cookie is in there as well. Thanks so much for hopping on with us so early, guys, and make sure you're hitting that like button and the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. So we've got a bunch of things planned. We're going to be talking about what we read and what we watched. We're going to be talking about our polls. We're going to be talking about our main topic, and we've got a little bit of a surprise at the end of the show as well. But we'll get to that when we get to it. So let's start off like we do every week, Chris, and what we read, what we watched. And I'm going to give it to Lauren first and let her kick us off here. Lauren, what'd you get up to this week? What'd you read? What'd you watch?
That's a good question. I was sad we don't have Peacemaker. So I did not watch that. That was not your question, but I'm going to say that anyway. I read a lot of good Marvel this week, which was surprising just because I read so many indies and such. But Black Widow, that series has been so good. Kelly Thompson and Elena Casagrande's run. But this issue in particular, like, slapped even harder than usual. Lots of action. It felt like a movie in the best way possible. And by the end of it, I was like, where's the rest? I need it right now. So if you aren't reading Black Widow and you're not a big Marvel person, I highly recommend it. There's a reason it won an Eisner, even over other fantastic books that deserved it as well. Dark Ages, really good. I'm kind of upset Mr. Taylor is DC exclusive only now because I love him writing my Marvel characters. So Mr. Taylor, please come back soon.
Come home.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. What was on this week? Was there anything on this week? Because I don't remember watching a dang thing.
Wasn't Legends of Tomorrow this week?
Oh God, I don't know where to start with that. That's a whole other thing, guys.
Let's start with it, Lauren, because you live tweet every episode and it fills up my Twitter feed. So let's hear about Legends, okay?
Well, I tried to put it in
and go for
it. So this episode hurt to watch, not because it was bad, but because it felt like a series finale, and it wasn't even the season finale. The season finale is this Wednesday. So the whole time I was panicking my ass off. And then in between my panicking and being like, oh my God, no, like they're going to retire. They're going to stop time traveling. They can't do that. What's happening? No. Then all of a sudden you get like a cute moment with like the couples on the show. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. You think that's going to distract me? Well, damn it did. I hate y'all. So like, it was a heart attack the whole time, but it was good. But like, I need that season 8 renewal right now so I can calm down.
Is that not a for sure thing that the series is going to continue after this one?
The CW, funny enough, unless I'm wrong, someone correct me if I'm wrong, they have not renewed a single frickin' thing yet. There have been rumors the Flash is renewed and all these things, but nothing has been renewed yet, which is very weird for the CW. Usually by January, not even February, January stuff's renewed. So yeah, it's not a sure thing. I think we're gonna get at least one more season. Like, I trust that the writers would have actually built up the finale of the show more properly. But yeah, this last episode gave me a panic attack. I was like, wait, what? Maybe I'm wrong. So, but yeah, the CW needs to get together.
I think people are still waiting for that Flash renewal too, aren't they? Or did that happen?
Yes. Nope. Still waiting on that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Katie Lotz, who plays Sarah Lance on Legends and was on Arrow way back in the day, of course, she is actually directing an episode of The Flash this season. So I thought that was interesting because a lot of times they've been letting their actors direct episodes of their own shows. There's not many that cross over to other shows to do it, so they must really like her directed. So I'll take it.
That's pretty cool. I like that about CW. They don't just like, you're an actor, that's all you're going to do. They let him do other stuff, even if it's, like you said, their show. Or doesn't the actor who plays, I just blanked out, Arrow's buddy, that's supposed to be Green Lantern, but yes, didn't he direct an episode of something?
He's been on every show he's directed, even though like his character is done with Arrow, like he hasn't done his own thing. They randomly brought him back onto Legends, and we were like, "What are you doing here?" So they really love that actor, David Ramsey. He's involved in everything. It's something. I'm not sure why, but they really like him, and he must have some real investment. So
I remember thinking he was pretty good on Arrow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him in anything else though. If I'm not mistaken. Well, not other than CW stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird when he showed up in season 1 of Superman and Lois for half a minute and then was just gone.
He's just everywhere, the guy. Why? I don't know.
Busiest man in the CW universe.
Yeah. Chris, do you watch Legends?
No.
Is Superman and Lois the only CW show that you like? DC CW show that you watch?
I watched Batwoman last night.
Oh, you did?
I watched Batwoman.
Oh wait!
Oh my
goodness! How was it? Because I'm behind, and I'll be honest here. I don't watch Batwoman for the superhero show because it's a bat show and they don't use batarangs. I don't understand it. It would solve half the problems. But I do watch it for the lesbian drama. It wasn't good.
Okay, so when you put it like that, first they do use batarangs now, and there was plenty of lesbian drama.
Yeah! All right, I'll have to catch up. Perfect combo: batarangs and lesbian drama.
I mean, what else do you really need? and you got Alice too, which is fun. So.
Oh my God, Rachel Skarsten, that's the actress who plays her. She was she was on Lost Girl, which that show went in the shithole. But like when she was on there, like she was Grace Hamson. She's so fun as Alice.
Yeah, and she was actually funny. She was on the Birds of Prey TV series, which not a lot of people remember. And
yes, oh that's so weird. You're right.
Isn't it? Yeah, and she was a big part of Lost Girl, and now, like, in my opinion, Batwoman is her show.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I like it.
Yeah, and then the actress who plays Sophie, she's really good, but she's also, like, she's tall and she's hot, so she steals the scene every time she's on there. Like, you've got Rachel Skarsten stealing as Alice, and then you've got her right here for me. They're both really good.
You probably like the episode.
Yes.
Did you like the episode, Chris?
No, but that's okay.
Okay. I was wondering if you I think you tried to jump back in a couple episodes ago.
I watched the premiere and it was not for me, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna hate watch something. I'm just done. Yeah. And then there was something in this week's episode that I wanted to see, so I just watched it, and I mean it wasn't that bad. I mean it was okay. I didn't know a lot of what was going on because they really moved past what was in the second season. It's really Ryan's show now, which is what I thought they should have done to begin with season 2 instead of the back and forth, because Javicia Leslie is really good. I liked her a lot. And, the supporting cast is good too. But last season was just a mess for me. And this season, I just didn't care. So. But it's not a bad episode. I didn't really like it.
Were you watching it for the guy playing the new Joker or whatever he's doing?
No, I was watching it for. Do you know what's in the new episode? I don't want to spoil anything.
You're not gonna hurt
Spoil
me
it.
for spoiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I watched for the lesbian drama, and I already know what's happening there.
Okay.
So
On Twitter this week, I saw a picture of it was a behind the scenes shot. They had like a full on Joker. He had purple suit, white face, green hair, everything. I was like, what is he doing on that show? I have to watch it. So I watched it. He's not in the show. He's blurred out, and all you see is his nose. No, he's in it for like 30 seconds. He's part of a cool plot twist, though. I'll give him that. It's a cool plot twist with him. But that's why I watched it, to see the Joker. And I didn't see the Joker. I saw Marcus, who is supposed to be the new Joker, and I thought he was kind of cool, but he's really over the top. Like Jim Carrey Riddler over the top. Joygasm and stuff, but Batarangs, lesbian drama, we're good on that.
Woo! I remember watching earlier episodes of this season, and I swear to God, there's a scene where like the Mad Hatter or whoever was like controlling Mary Hamilton, like a doctor on the show, and was forcing her to like cut this guy open, and like that woman was just standing there like, what do I do? And I was like, throw a batarang at the hat so he can't mind control her. That's all you have to do. And she wouldn't throw a batarang. I was just so confused.
Yeah, I don't know. So I like Javicia Leslie, I do, but the way her Batwoman is written sometimes it's not Batwoman. It's not even like a heroic character. But maybe that's the point, because she's still learning. Like if she was a seasoned vet, she would have known, throw a batarang at the hat. But because she's still just Ryan Wilder from the van, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Mary's got her hand, in this guy's lungs. What am I supposed to do? I don't know.
Yeah. It was just so weird because she was there with literally everybody else. So like Luke Fox, who's supposed to be like some level of a genius, I assume, like his father.
Yeah.
He was just like, let's go on the tower and do this techie stuff. And I was like, bruh, batarang. Anyways, but
batarang,
I hear you.
Grappling hook, anything.
With me, oh gosh, should I like reenact scenes of Batwoman just myself, like make TikToks? That's a lot of work.
I would like to see you play Alice and Kate at the same time.
Kate?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Kate. Sorry. Loopy.
Oh, like the one that's not on the show anymore? That would be interesting.
Like actual Kate Kane and Alice. That would be fun. It could be like The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan.
I'll say she was my greatest inspiration for it.
Yeah. The difference between you and I'm Alice. There you go. That's a quote from The Parent Trap, but it's
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, the actual quote is, the difference between you and I have class and you don't. Don't ask me why I know this.
You know everything. Oh wait, I saw a comment from Steve in the chat earlier about Rachel Scarson's role in Birds of Prey. Yes, she was Dinah Lance, which again, very weird because she plays a much younger one, so very different Black Canary than like Journey Smollett's or what have you.
And if I remember, hers was a metahuman, I think.
Yes.
Because in the Birds of Prey series, everybody was a metahuman, which was an interesting twist.
Even Batgirl?
Batgirl was...
No, she's Oracle. They actually wrote her correctly. She was in a wheelchair, being a badass, being Oracle. So
yeah, she was actually the best part of the series. And also they had this really cool flashback sequence that showed... They basically recreated the Killing Joke. Mm-hmm. And Mark Hamill was the voice of a weird-looking stuntman. But it was really cool the way it played out, because you saw like Batman in a suit. You had this really badass Batgirl suit there, which was actually the Batman and Robin Batgirl suit that they repainted.
Oh,
but it looks so much better with the new coat of paint. So yeah, fun facts tonight.
Fun facts with Chris.
I do what I can.
Lauren, are you watching Naomi?
No, I wasn't really that interested in it. And then I saw the reviews for it were overwhelmingly very neutral or very negative. And so I just said, it's not on my high priority list. So maybe I'll check it out one day, but I'm not really interested. I'm trying to lower the level of CW shows I watch so that once Legends and everything I care about is done, I'm done with the CW, hopefully. But that's good question.
Yeah, I watched the premiere, and then I don't know, it just didn't really grab me, and I just didn't really pick it back up again. And I think it's still on the same nights as Superman and Lois, just an hour later. I think
so.
But I don't know if I want to go back. CW shows are just such a chore. I think I'm really only watching Superman and Lois just because it's a Superman show.
And it's great.
Yeah,
it's good, and that helps too. But I don't know if I've got like rose-colored glasses on it just because it's a Superman show. Because like Chris and I, we've been talking about this with the dudes from the Vigilante about Superman and Lois and how there is fault to the show. It's very CW. But because it's Superman, I don't know if that's, are we giving it a pass, Chris? I know this is kind of a separate thing altogether, but we're on CW shows. And if you want, you can hear more about Chris's thoughts on Superman and Lois on the Vigilante 1939 YouTube channel. But this is kind of a question I got when we're talking about the CW. Are we giving Superman and Lois a pass, Chris, because it's a Superman show? Even though, like, comparing it to The Flash or Legends or Naomi, is there that much of a difference between all of them?
I don't know. So some things in Superman and Lois. See, I don't want to talk down about the CW shows because I really don't watch them to say anything truly negative. Yeah. My experience with CW shows is the first two seasons of Arrow. I've watched most of the crossovers. I've seen some of Legends of Tomorrow and Batwoman. But I'm not that well versed in it. But I can say this. There are certain aspects of Superman and Lois that do feel really like this is a network television show that's meant to fit in a certain bubble, to be like these other shows.
Yeah. And
sometimes that comes out more than other times. Like this past episode this week was full on in that territory. It feels like they're doing things just to fit a formula that CW seems to use.
Yeah, well, and it works for a lot of people. Like, obviously, the shows are popular. Like, what are we on? Like season 8 of The Flash now. Arrow went for 6 seasons or something. Yeah,
Arrow was 8. Arrow was 8 as well. What's sad is that The Flash is probably going to get more than Arrow. And not that I hate The Flash. I love the first three seasons of Flash. I think we're fantastic superhero television. But it's just gone way down the drain on all levels, which is unfortunate because it was very strong at one point. But I mean, I agree with what Chris said. Like, we all trust the CW, but we have to remember the CW's main demographic is teens and young adults. So that's the television you're going to get on that network. So if you're not that age group and you're wondering, God, why do all the CW shows stink to you? That's probably why. It's not your demographic. And if you are that age range, it's just you're not the general fitting of the demographic they're aiming for, and that's okay. But I think, I don't know. There's definitely a formula to almost everything on CW, like Chris says, and they're saying Emmet works. So you can trash the CW all you want, but you're just going to waste your time because it works. So you either watch it because you do, or you don't because you don't.
That's a good way to put it. Also, I agree with what Hayner's saying here. Limit the episodes per season. I think I've come to the realization for myself that no series needs to be 24 episodes. And I think it helps with making a tighter story. There's less fluff, less room for error. Like Batwoman, it's a 13-episode season. It's over next week. And I'm hoping Superman and Lois is also going to be a short season, maybe in the 12 to 14 episode range, because I just think that works better. If you look at next Netflix series that everybody watches, they don't go 24 episodes. They barely hit 13 most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Same with HBO Max
and Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
So
yeah,
I think
I agree.
There's something in limiting the episodes. I think that's a great idea.
Well, aside from easier viewing for us, it's easier for the writers. Like we found that, I think it was in the first season of Superman and Lois, where we felt like the show should have ended, but then they're like, oh, let's add on like 4 or 5 more episodes. Chris, I can't remember. And you can just
4, I think.
Yeah, you can just see it. You can just tell a difference. You can see where the writers are overextending themselves. just, spreading out their limitations, spreading out their resources, and trying to make the show, run longer for, maybe for budget, for more eyes on the network, that kind of thing. But overall, I don't think it benefits to have a longer, more drawn out season than a shorter, tighter, more well thought out, shorter season.
Quality over quantity.
I agree.
Indeed, Eric, indeed.
That's how I felt with Legends of Tomorrow, because Legend of Tomorrow used to be like 20 episodes a season. Then it went down to 18 one season. Then it went down to 16. I think now it's at 13 or 15. And so there were some fans that were complaining, like, we want more episodes. And I was like, why? We're getting better quality, more succinct storytelling. We're still getting time with our characters and all this fun stuff. And we're getting less filler episodes. You get one a season, maybe, with that level of that quantity of episodes, instead of the like 5 you get when you have a 24 episode season. Like, yeah, more episodes doesn't mean a better show, and that shouldn't be a reflection of how good the show is. It should have the necessary amount to tell the story, whether that's 5 or 8 or 13. And I agree with Chris. Like, there's pretty much no story that needs 24 episodes a season, like, unless you're like an Adult Swim animated show that just goes on forever, that's different.
And those are like 15-minute episodes anyway, like 15 to 20 minutes. So they're easier to swallow if there's 24 of them. These are 45-minute episodes, typically.
Yeah.
So that's Lauren's week in review. Chris, what'd you get up to this week? What'd you read? What'd you watch?
I read, I'm going to get this confused again, even though we just talked about it before we got on.
Yeah.
X of Deaths and X of Lives. I read them back to back. I don't remember which is titled which anymore. I just know one is Moira, one is Wolverine. I like them both. I'm really, really liking that story, though. I like both sides of it, although the Moira one, this last issue, the one that was released this week, really pushed the edge for me. That is the better book. Just because it's more interesting, and they're doing something that's really cool. I think I mentioned before that there was like a Wolverine Terminator. I think last week I mentioned that.
I think that was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, he is like the Wolverine Terminator, and it's badass. I love it. Give me a couple of those. I'm waiting for like the Laura one too. Not the son. I hate Dakin. Dakin. How do you pronounce it? Can't stand it. But the two girls, give them. Let's do that.
Laura and Gabby? Yeah, that would be really cool to see, actually.
Yeah, family of like Terminator Wolverines. Let's do that. That should be the next, but never mind that Wasteland stuff. Let's do Wolverine Terminators. But anyway, I read that. I'm rambling tonight. I read Bolero #2, which that is a book that has totally surprised me because my journey into indie comics started last year. And it's really, now it's like to the point where I'm looking more forward to those kinds of books than I am hero books, which is a very interesting shift for me. Unless it's Batman, or Wolverine, but like other books, where it's kind of like neck and neck for me right now. So Bolero is really, really good. It's such a confusing story. Like if you were to explain it to somebody.
Yeah, I got the first issue in physical copy, and my wife asked me what it was about. And I'm like, I don't know.
It's got stuff in life and loss.
Yeah, that's right.
It's about love. It's about everything. Yeah. But this issue, like, if you didn't read the first issue, you just jump into this one. God help you, because there's no way you will understand anything. There's talking cats. There's time traveling. All kinds of stuff. If you guys aren't reading Bolero, I really recommend it. It's such a cool book.
It confused the shit out of me this week. Like, you're not wrong, because I read the first issue and I was like, you know what? This was actually pretty cool. Like, not what I expected, but pretty cool. And I read the second one and I was like, I don't know what the hell I just read. Like, at all. I couldn't recount it.
I have no, like, if you ask me what it was about, I can't tell you, but I know I liked it. Like, I really cannot explain what I read. But it was cool, and I like the art. Like Cookie's right, the art is gorgeous. So that's what I read. As far as what I watched, Superman Lois, of course, which you guys like you suggested earlier, you can find my thoughts over on the Vigilante 1939's YouTube channel, where Zeddy and I do a thing called World's Finest, and we talk about Superman Lois. But I did like it. I just thought that some parts of it were not the best. Not the best.
Not the best.
More
best.
Bizarro, less Cushings. Let's stick to
that's
that.
right.
Lot less Cushings, please. If CW is listening, less Cushings.
Less Cushings for CW.
Yeah, more ribs.
That's right.
And Euphoria. Euphoria was a big deal for me last Sunday. Like as soon
Season
as it got
finale
off,
tonight.
I'm so excited. As soon as we finish this, I'm running to watch Euphoria.
Yeah.
That was really, really good last weekend though, and I watched Red Notice.
Oh,
have you guys
watched
seen that?
it?
Yeah, have you guys watched that?
Yeah.
Lauren, did you see it?
Which one's that one? It sounds familiar. Which one is it?
It's the Netflix movie with Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I saw. Yep.
Okay. I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. It's like one of those movies where I understand the actors are playing to their strengths. Ryan Reynolds is sarcastic and funny. Got it. Dwayne Johnson is a big, like, huggable teddy bear that'll beat the crap out of you if necessary. Got it. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman in anything. Love it. But it just didn't really work for me.
I despise Ryan Reynolds.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't find him funny. Oh. I don't like his acting. I don't like his movies. I don't like Ryan Reynolds.
All right, so Emma needs to leave the show right now.
I was going to say we are taking applications.
Yeah, right. I just don't like him. I don't
like
find
The
him
Rock
funny.
more than Ryan Reynolds? That actually
no, I don't like The Rock.
Me.
Well, yeah, I do like The Rock more than Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, that surprises me. Yeah, I mean,
That's how it
so if I go into a movie expecting like just a like very silly, cheesy action Hollywood film, which is exactly what that was, and you're right, all of them play to their strengths. They're all completely typecast. Dwayne Johnson's playing the tough, pretty action guy who women drool over, and he's badass. Ryan Reynolds is playing the cocky, slightly dorkier, but still a hot action guy that he always plays. And Gal Gadot is a woman to stare at the whole film. That's their roles. I still enjoyed it because I do enjoy those films when I'm in the right mood. So I thought it was fun, but what I say, it's like, oh my God, I'm ready to see that movie. No, but if you want a fun movie to just watch one night, it's a fun film.
Yeah, I think it does feel that. Like, yeah, if you just want something to throw on, it's not going to hurt you. It'll entertain you.
Yeah.
And also,
time. Unless you're Emmet and hate Ryan Reynolds.
Right. And how many movies are we going to have The Rock in a jungle wearing a beige shirt?
For real, you're right.
I don't understand. Is that like where they automatically, The Rock's in this movie, we have to have a jungle scene? No, we don't.
I look forward to Black Adam being in the jungle wearing a black shirt.
I don't want it. No more jungles. Stay out of the jungle, Dwayne.
Chris, if it happens, I'm going to need you to live tweet your thoughts on that scene if it's in Black Adam.
Yeah.
I bet it is, though. It probably is.
Oh, there's got to be a jungle scene in Black Adam.
I'm assuming there's going to be, but seriously, keep the man out of the... He doesn't like it. I'm sure he doesn't.
Keep the man out of the jungle.
The guy makes so much money just by standing there and looking attractive and lifting weight. Like, I don't think he minds. He goes home and drinks his tequila he brews. Like,
he brews his tequila himself in his backyard or something.
No, he has a tequila brand.
Oh yeah,
man.
I know.
Do you not see it on Instagram? Oh my Lord!
Was it in the movie? I know where the Ryan Reynolds one was. That's
the aviation gin. That's Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, they were drinking that at the start. I don't know if the Rock. It's called
the tequila.
Terramana.
Yeah, that's
Terramana tequila. Yeah.
So that's the Bertrand Red Notice, I guess. And
I'd rather Hobbs and Shaw. I like Hobbs and Shaw better than Red Notice.
Hobbs and Shaw was fun.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba was so good.
Yeah, how can you go wrong with Idris Elba? He's awesome in anything.
Well, and Jason Statham, as a foil or like a foil for or an opposite to The Rock, I found better too. Less quippy, I guess, is my problem with the Ryan Reynolds thing.
Okay.
Statham was more of a hard ass, and I like Jason Statham overall too. Just his movies, action movies. So, and you're right. Idris Elba was great.
Grabs did remind me, and I don't know how I forgot this one. I started The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel this week, and that was like instant love for me. I don't know if anybody else has watched it, but I thought it was fantastic so far. It's really fun.
I thought it was Miss Maisel for the longest time.
I thought it was too, but I also thought this was that. Okay, do you guys remember they announced something with Luke Evans about the creator of Wonder Woman?
Oh, Miss Marston. And
okay, I thought
the
that
Wonder
was
Oh, the
Woman or
movie.
something.
Yeah.
for the longest time. I thought that
Marston.
was this. I thought
William
this was
Moulton
a series
Marston and Marvelous Miss Maisel.
right. I thought this was
How
the show
did you
about the creation of Wonder
mix
Woman.
those up?
I don't know. Well, so I never watched it. I was like, I don't want to see that. But then like Grabs told me about. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And it's
Not the
good.
same thing.
Oh, and I watched Prisoners. I am out of my mind tonight. I watched Prisoners as well. That was a great movie.
Oh, Prisoners.
Yeah, Prisoners with
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman, and Paul Dano.
Oh yeah,
It was
I saw
a
your
funny
tweet
thing.
about it.
We were DMing about it, and Chris said he was going to watch Prisoners. And before he had seen the movie, he was like, I can't wait to see Paul Dano get the shit beat out of him. And I just put ... because I didn't want to spoil it for him. Chris, did you enjoy seeing Paul Dano get the shit beat out of him?
Actually,
No, you did not, sir.
I felt kind of
Yeah.
horrible about it.
I was like, oh my God, Chris. One of the things you said about those movies is I couldn't wait for you just to think of me like, I can't believe I said that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I also thought I didn't really know what it was about because I had seen the ending to it actually. Like my wife was watching it years ago, and I walked in right at the end. The
Like
whistle.
Jake Jim. Oh, the whistle, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is the ending. Well, I don't need to watch the movie.
Yeah.
and then I guess I just want to see Paul Dano get the crap kicked out of him. So I was like, I want to watch it now. And here we are. So
I think it's Hugh Jackman's best performance.
I'm kind of partial to The Greatest Showman, I think.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Or Les Mis. He's really good in Les Mis.
Hmm.
Or anything with Wolverine. I mean, I'm easy to please.
You are easy to please.
Just Hugh Jackman. We'll throw him in your bedroom, Chris. He'll be there for you.
I mean, I do love Hugh Jackman. Even like his rom-com with Ashley Judd, I'm there for it. It's called Someone Like You. If nobody's watching, you probably don't need to, but it is fun.
I love it when Chris pulls out rom-coms every once in a while.
Because they're wonderful.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think that's a good segue, actually, talking about Hugh Jackman and talking about our poll
That's why you're the host
from
of
last
this.
week.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty good, Chris. Pretty good. So our poll for last week, we wanted to know about cameos for Doctor Strange 2. And if you, the viewer or the listener or the reader of our Twitter account, if you could pick just one, what would it be? In our polls, we had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Tom Cruise as Iron Man, Toby Spider-Man, and then fourth option would have been I Want to See, and then you would have given your own option. Hugh Jackman was the pretty clear winner with 41%, Tom Cruise with 26%, and Toby Spider-Man is 21%. And then we had some write-in ones. We had some pretty funky write-in ones. I want to get to those before we do some of the other ones. So Ian, our boy Ian, wrote Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther, which would have been an interesting thing if it were or is happening. One of the other ones was Man Thing 2099 account said he would love to see Man Thing, and it would fit perfectly as he is the guardian of the nexus of all realities. So kind of interesting write-in topics there. But yeah, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, the winner. Chris, if you were to have voted on this poll, what was the one cameo you would want to see in Doctor Strange 2?
Out of the choices, Tom Cruise is Iron Man.
That's what I would have chosen as well. Lauren, what about you?
Well, I know I wouldn't have picked that. That's my least favorite choice because I don't want any more Tony Stark on any level. I think the character needs to be done on, like, I swear to God, we have plenty of other rich, pretty men that have problems that you can put as a superhero in a Marvel film. Like, just
Like
let a character die. Yeah. Like, let him die. I don't need any other version of Tony Stark. I'm also not a fan of Tom Cruise, so that just doesn't interest me. I don't know. I would like, I don't know. I mean, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine would be fun, but like, I think he can also be done with the character. I would really like, actually, this is just nothing of it, to see the actress that played Laura Kinney and Logan. I don't know how old she is now, but I think she's old enough. I'd like her to reprise as Laura Kinney and be introduced as a Wolverine. That would be really cool.
I think Daphne Keane is like 18-ish now. I think.
Yeah, so she could do it. She could be a young adult Laura Kinney, which is cool. But either way, as if it has to do with the X-Men, I'm happy. So unless they butcher one of my X-Men, then I won't be happy.
The only reason I would want to see Tom Cruise as Iron Man show up, just because Tom Cruise isn't in the MCU. If there was another option where it was, John Krasinski as Reed Richards, I would have chosen that too. I want to see somebody who hasn't been in the MCU or in the Marvel universe before. Like Toby's cool, but we've seen obviously him Spider-Man. Hugh's cool, but we've seen Wolverine. Yeah. We haven't seen Tom Cruise as Iron Man. So I chose that one just because, I would have chosen that one just because it was something that Marvel that we haven't seen before. If I want to do, I'd want to see somebody as Reed Richards or Sue Storm or something like that, or even like you said, Lauren, more X-Men, but a new actor in it, not just like I know there's everything going on with Patrick Stewart. Great to see Patrick Stewart, but how about some of the new characters? How about the launching of the X-Men into the MCU, that kind of thing? That's what those are some of the cameos I want to see. And Ian comment about it taking away from the movie. I think that's going to be a tricky thing for Doctor Strange too, is if they just throw all these cameos in. If Patrick Stewart's in the movie for 30 seconds, 2 minutes, how is that going to progress the story forward, or is it just going to be or we're all just going to be talking about cameos and not what's actually going on in the movie?
I don't know. I think that Doctor Strange 2 is going to hold its own, but I watched that trailer, and the only thing that stuck with me was Patrick Stewart's Xavier.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's me as an X-Men fan. Like, they're finally here. The X-Men are in the MCU. Let's go. And I probably had some more profanity attached to that, but that's the YouTube version. But I think that I'm kind of picky when it comes to this also, and that's kind of why I went with Tom Cruise, because I don't want to see the X-Men just cameo and their variants. I want to see the real MCU team. So, and I think, like, if you throw Hugh Jackman in there as Wolverine, you do two things. Yeah, you get the crowd pop, but then you're making it harder for the new guy, because you're showing people, hey, Hugh Jackman's still around. He'll still wear the claws. And he won't. If he wears it for like a 10-second cameo, it doesn't mean he's up to return full time. And you're just making it harder for people to accept the new guy, whoever he'll be or she'll be. Because I think maybe Laura is the way to go, just to get rid of that baggage. So, that's why for me, Tom Cruise is the easy one. I know people are attached to Robert Downey Jr., but Tom Cruise would just be funny. I mean, he was attached to it in the 90s anyway, so it'd just be fun.
That's an interesting thing you just said about it taking away from what's to come. And what did we see at the end of Peacemaker? And what didn't we see at the end of Peacemaker? We didn't see Batman. We didn't see Affleck's Batman. Maybe that was because, they're trying to get people to accept Pattinson as the Batman now, right? So I think that's a completely fair point, Chris, 100%.
That's right.
Yeah. I agree with all that, and I liked that you brought up the Fantastic Four, Emmett, because the thought I actually had forgotten about was the guy who originally played Reed Richards in the 2005 Fantastic Four, Eon Grofud. I don't know how to say his name. I loved him as Reed Richards. And I know he's technically played before, but those films are so disconnected from everybody because they went down the gutter so much. I would have no problem with him coming back and playing Reed. I kind of like the X films. I think he was very well cast as Reed Richards. I don't need the same fan cast everybody's doing to recast Reed Richards to happen. They can just bring him back. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's like one of the few legacy actors. If they did bring him back full time, I'd be like, okay, cool, because he didn't even get a fair shake in those movies. I mean, they were kind of popular. I don't think people outright hated them, and they made money. But like nobody looks back fondly and says, you know what movie I liked? Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. That was a great.
Oh, the second one ruined it. The first one, if it had just been the first one, I think people would look more fondly on it in a nostalgic way, but people don't even do that with those films because the second one sucked so much. And I remember seeing that in theaters, and I was a lot younger, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna see Galactus!" And then I saw a cloud, and that was supposed to be him. I was like, "Nope, I quit." Like that was the last straw for me. Like,
clouds are dangerous, though. Have you not
they
read
don't
Rain?
eat planets, Chris.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
right.
eat planets.
Did you read Rain? There's like needles falling from the clouds.
Yes, but the clouds are not eating a planet.
They could, like Kirby, that little pink cartoon thing, the game.
If you'll write the comic, Chris, I will read it. You have my word.
Well, that's after I do that chaotic X-Men team of mine. So.
Put them together. The chaotic X-Men team have to fight the clouds that are going to eat the Earth. There you go.
I think we're on to something. I just got to talk to Dan Mora. He's not returning my calls anymore. Something about I'm just pitching too much shit. I don't know.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
I do what I can.
Yeah. So that's the poll from last week, guys. We've got a new one up on the poll or up on our Twitter account this week, and it's launching our Batman week here at Gathering of the Geeks. Yeah, so actually a little bit on. Well, I'll go back to the poll. So our poll for we're kicking off Batman week. We want to know what is your favorite villain. We got the Joker, we got Two-Face, we got Ra's al Ghul, and other. And so far, that we have a ton of write-in comments so far. So yes, it's Batman week. People are friends. Some of them are seeing it tomorrow. Some of them are seeing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and some people aren't seeing it for a couple of weeks. But if you want to know more about our hype level for the Batman, all three of us were on the Vigilante 1939 tailgate party, which was this past Saturday. So there's another reason to go to the Vigilante 1939 YouTube channel and subscribe to that, and you will see all our pretty faces talking about our hype level for the Batman. It's a lot of comments about Kirby in the comments there. Chris,
because you got to give the people what they want. They want Kirby eating planets.
Wait a minute. That sounds great.
It is the next step in evolution for Kirby. Just
you
like
know what, Chris, you need to call up Marvel and tell them that's what Moira is really getting to. She's going to get the Kirby to eat the planet so that mutants are gone and the humans can make a new planet away from them.
But wouldn't Destiny see that coming?
Not if Moira finds a loophole.
I like it. So that's where the
Kirby's an unknown.
That's where the twist
Destiny
is.
can't see unknowns. Kirby hasn't chosen his side. Moira has to get him. Or is she a she? I don't know Kirby's gender.
It's a Kirby.
So it sounds like you guys are writing this together now, by the way.
That's okay. I will share stuff with Lauren. It's cool with me.
We'll end up Brian. I'm sorry, totally random, but I just saw that Ted Lasso got a SAG award. So yay, Ted Lasso! You guys got an award. Good job, you two.
All right.
There, Chris. Come on now.
There we go.
There you go. Hey, that's another good segue.
Joker for that.
That's another good segue. That's two good segues this episode. So yeah, the SAG Awards are on right now. There was lots of news about the Oscars this past week about them cutting some stuff from their live show. And there's a lot of talk about the fan vote. There was a lot of talk about the Golden Globes not airing live on TV. And it kind of got me thinking, or Chris and I thinking about awards shows in general. Are they important anymore? Do we care that the shows are catering a little bit towards fans' viewership on TV rather than the artists and the creators who are actually getting the awards? Does an award mean that a movie is good? Does a movie not getting an award mean that a movie is bad? What's everybody's stance on award shows? Lauren, do you care about awards? Do you care that a movie you like or don't like gets nominated or doesn't get nominated?
I mean, when I was younger, I cared a lot more for them, but less more so because I bought into the whole setup of award shows where you feel like you have to watch the whole event and you want to see all the performances or the little shticks or whatever they're doing for the show. I bought into that a lot more when I was younger, and now they seem like they take forever. Like 3 to 4 hours feel like they drag for me so much more now. And I don't know, especially with COVID, the how you can do an award show and how much chaos you can have has changed. The more chaotic, the better. I feel like they've gotten less chaotic and more structured because they've had to. Like my favorite one was probably just the Kids' Choice Awards because they just put slime on people. That's hilarious. Like put slime on everybody on every award show. Let Nickelodeon do them all. Imagine if you get a SAG award and then they just drop saggy slime on you every time. You're welcome. But I mean, they don't really matter because again, they're all popularity contests. Even the SAG awards, which are done, from my understanding, by the actors and people actually in the community, not just these critics or this one group of people voting. It's supposed to be by the actual people that are in the industry and know these people and know their craft. But it's still a popularity contest. It's whatever the majority likes. So there's always going to be stuff that's missed. Which is kind of what stinks about award shows is it's hard to make them include other things.
The comments about the slime are pretty good right now.
Yeah, slime, bring it back.
You just got sacked.
That sounds weird.
That's a t-shirt. We have so many t-shirt ideas.
I mean, we could have a store. And maybe I'll have a shirt that says "Don't sue me."
Yes.
It'll be on the back of the shirt. Chris, what do you think? What do you think about award shows? Do we need them? Do they matter anymore? A lot of talk about award shows, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, I like Grab's opinion on this because I think he's onto something here. When it comes, like, opinions, everybody's got one, right? Everybody's got an opinion on something. That doesn't make your opinion more important than mine. As we all know, facts are not opinions and vice versa. So I think in the grand scheme of things, no, awards shows and the awards themselves, maybe they don't matter as much. But I wouldn't say that they're useless because I think there is something prestigious about your peers voting to say, hey, we think in our field, you did the best. So I do appreciate that. However, I think they've become stale and out of touch over the years. Because there was a time where I would watch these, like Lauren, I'd watch every award show. And I'd make sure to watch every nominee. Even if it was a movie I didn't care about, I'd watch it. And, you know, sometimes it turned out better than others. Like that movie, The Artist, that won, that's not something I ever wanted to watch. And I still won't, even though it won Best Picture, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I think that it's good to have awards. But they need to maybe find a way to make them more accessible or more entertaining. Like maybe slime is a good idea, you know? Do something fun or expand the categories because they turn their nose at anything that people seem to like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying Spider-Man No Way Home should win Best Picture, but it was very well reviewed. It was a crowd pleaser. Why are you turning your nose at it? Oh, and then, you know, you nominate something like House of Gucci, which I don't know if everybody here has watched, but it's not the best thing in the world. If anything, I'd give Jared Leto an Oscar for whatever movie he believes he's in. Because he deserves something for that other than a pat on the back. Like, he did something. I don't know what, but he did something. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing with the awards. I would like to see them do something else that's more inclusive, perhaps. And back on the slime, this was kind of funny. Scarlett Johansson won some kind of MTV award. And her husband, Colin Jost, slimed her.
I remember. I saw that.
Yeah,
that was great.
I thought that was hilarious. It was on YouTube. I was like, that's funny. But that's my take on it. Also,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris.
I was saying the Nerd Room did discuss they were discussing the new Oscar fan favorite thing, which is interesting. You can hashtag Oscar fan favorite, vote, and they'll recognize it. And I would highly recommend checking out the Nerd Room for that discussion. It was really good. And again,
100% agree. I'm a lot like, I think what Zeddy and Nico do right now with award shows is how I used to be. They're young 20-somethings. They follow it. Chris, like you said, you used to follow it all the time, watch all the nominations, watch all that stuff. I used to do that too. Now that I'm, a little bit older, my need for an award show has completely gone away. In any award, any nomination, any Hall of Fame, anything like that, my need for what I like to be celebrated by others is completely gone away. Mm-hmm. I found that trying to find happiness with other people finding happiness or enjoyment in things that I like doesn't make me happier. What makes me happy is when I enjoy something and I think it's the best movie of the year, not when other people think it's the best movie of the year. I obviously write reviews. I have written reviews. I continue to write reviews that have a score on them. The purpose of my review, if people want to read it, is that they see how much I enjoy it. So maybe they'll enjoy it too, or maybe they'll check it out. I also understand that's how award shows can work too. A movie that I've never heard of winning an award may get me to say, maybe I'll check that out. So I understand how that works too. But trying to find validation through award shows is something that I think is fleeting and pointless. I think the validation should come from internally. I get it. It's like a sports team winning the championship. It makes everybody happy. And it's the same thing. Like if I'm a father, if my son wins an award, I will feel good. But if he doesn't win an award, I'll still feel good. He's still my son. All that kind of stuff.
I would hope so.
I hope so. And that's the thing. If I like it, if I know that it's good, if I know that, the writers did everything they could to make a good movie, the directors did everything they could to make a good movie, and the actors did the same thing, that's good enough for me. So the idea that, an award is the only thing that makes something worthwhile, or a score or a Rotten Tomatoes score. We've had that conversation forever and ever about Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't mean that something is good. It doesn't mean it's bad either. It's a tricky thing. I think the important thing for me is finding validation in myself. If I enjoy it, that's what matters to me. Not if an award show for old people who are voting for movies that they think are artistically better than something like you said, Chris, The Artist. I don't know what the other nominees were that year, but I can guarantee you there was a better movie in the set of movies.
I don't remember what the other. I have no idea.
I'm going to look it up. Well, I'm not going to look it up, but I know that I know that's happened. Yeah, that's right.
That was quick.
I'm not going to bother. That's what I mean. I don't feel the need to know who's nominated, to know who won anymore.
Well, for me, like a good example is the year Crash won. I didn't like the movie Crash at all. I thought it was a terrible film, but it won. My favorite movie that year was actually Brokeback Mountain. I think that should have won.
100%.
But I like it and it's fine.
And that's where I'm at. I wonder if that's probably was the tipping point for me too. We're just seeing how bad Crash was, and how it was. Oh, Ian, yes, son.
I think there's a fighting word there.
Yeah, come on, Ian. I haven't. Yeah, okay. Lauren, what do you think? Do you need something that you love to be validated through an award show? Does that help?
I agree with everything you said, in that you had a lot of wise words there with how award shows are driven by, we're like, oh, this, like people that love Spider-Man No Way Home, so glad they love it. I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it because everything was spoiled. It's like Endgame. Like once surprises, that took away for some of that for me. But anyway, still good film. People, I know a lot of that people really wanted that for Best Picture. They wanted to get nominated. They even wanted to win. They wanted it nominated. And I think it was so important to them because kind of like, I think Chris mentioned it, maybe it was you, Emma, but somebody mentioned how these films, they're always nominated for these big prestigious awards. They are always made a certain way. When I watch a critically acclaimed film, I know what I'm watching. And personally, I don't care for most of them. They're slow paced. They are dull a lot of times to me. They're boring. And this isn't all of them. Again, I understand it's a craft, but why should I have to enjoy that to be able to appreciate a film? And that's my biggest problem is, yeah, like, we should have more than just that. If we actually nominated the best movies out there, it would include movies of all different genres, not just the same typical drama. Like it's always the same. And that is frustrating. Like Spider-Man No Way Home never had a chance. And that's not right. It was a really good film. It was big. It got billions of dollars, which is huge. And for reason, not just because people wanted to pay movie to a bad film, you know. But anyways, I like seeing something that I care about get noticed for it. So I will say I like it. But I don't really feel the need for it because, again, I know what I expect. Like, I think Black Panther is one of the best films, not even just for a superhero film. I think that should have won more awards than it did. Even though it did get an Oscar, it wasn't for the story or anything, but it got an Oscar. But I know that, right? Kind of like you said, Emma, I know what I enjoy and I know what the quality is, and people can take it or leave it. So I don't necessarily need that validation, but it is nice to see it sometimes.
Ian is trying to start a war right now in the comments.
Yeah, I don't. Ian, what are you talking about, sir?
This is a Wendy's.
I'm sorry. Brokeback Mountain had Anne Hathaway's boobs. Did Crash have those?
Oh, I forgot about that. I was thinking more about like the Heath Ledger stuff, but I always forget about that.
I mean, I love Heath too, but I'm also me. So I very much remember watching that in high school and going, why is this appealing to see? So
fair. You're right about Spider-Man, though. I agree with you, what you were saying about all that. And I think that maybe going forward, and just superhero movies, not just superhero movies in general, but just other films, if they would just open up a little bit more to stuff like that, it might help. Well, I'm not saying... Sorry?
No, it's okay. Sorry, Chris.
I'm not saying give the Batman an Oscar, although maybe we will. We'll see. But just consider it. That's all.
You know, and some award shows have done that. You know, Golden Globes, as stupid as they are, like they have the separate categories, the comedy and music category and the drama category. That's how you would get different types of genre movies into it, which makes sense to me. But you know, Grabs' comment about, you know, the hypocrisy of, you know, just giving awards to movies because you know, Return of the King is I don't think is the best Lord of the Rings movie. But if you look at the awards for Best Picture or the nominations in that year for Return of the King, it's not that good. It was before they expanded the movie, so it's only 5. You know, they did the same thing with Martin Scorsese, giving him Best Director for The Departed.
Departed is great, though.
Oh, it's great, 100%. It's not his best movie. You know, of all the movies he's done before that, you know, Goodfellas, for cripe's sakes. You know,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Exactly, Wolf of Wall Street. And that's the thing. You know, trying to decide because they won an award doesn't mean it's the best. It just that's where I can't separate the two. I can't separate how an award means that something is better than something else when I don't think it is. Like I don't find an enjoyment in watching an award show. So if we're talking about the show in itself, if I watch an award show, if something I like is nominated and then it loses, do I feel bad now? No, I should feel good. I still like the movie. Why should I feel bad that something lost that I like? You know, it's a tough thing. I don't know.
Like what you like.
That's what I like to say, and that's what you like to say, Chris. So I agree with you 100%, man.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, I think a lot of people want to say they think like that, but they don't. It's a very societal thing. And also, if you think about it, again, the SAG Awards are a reflection, or supposed to be a reflection, of the actual industry, the people actually in there, the actors, the producers. I don't know if they include techie people, but they should if they don't. Everybody that works in that industry is, you know, it's supposed to be a reflection of them, but they still do the same thing the Oscars do, which are the ones critics do, which they all pick the same kinds of films.
Yeah.
Why aren't other actors going, you know what? We actually enjoy fucking superhero films, and this one was good. Throw it in there. Like it's a cultural and societal thing, and it goes beyond just the general public. And I don't think people know how to talk about that, especially those that aren't in the industry, because I'm not, so I can talk about it from my perspective. But I that's why I liked watching like the round tables with actors and they actually talk about their craft. I find that fascinating because they have such a perspective, and the industry is way harder to understand than what we know. So yeah, I don't know. It's nice to see things win, but if it doesn't, yeah, the mature and best way to go is just be like, you know what? I still love it. Like, I see every freaking year the GLAAD Awards, they nominated like all these different shows for LGBT representation, which is wonderful. Always nominate Supergirl, which really struggled with that, even though they had a little bit of good stuff. But Legends never got nominated. And Legends has had over 4 main LGBT characters, and they still have, what do they have? They have 4 right now, at least. Like, and they weren't ever nominated. And they're well written. They're good quality. It's not just numbers. And so sometimes I get mad at that, but then yeah, it's like, I know it's good. I don't need GLAAD to give an award to know it's good TV. So you just gotta like what you like, as you guys say. Another t-shirt.
I like it.
In saying all that, in saying how much I dislike award shows, nothing gives me greater pleasure than watching Nico Caruso watch the Oscar nominations live and jump up and down and dance with a Red Bull in his hand as soon as Kristen Stewart is nominated. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier than watching Zeddy, having Coda win just recently at the SAG Awards. Nothing makes me happier than seeing my friends be happy about those things. So, I love that aspect of it too. I like that, as much as I can hate it, I like that my friends love it more than anything in the world. Nico and Zeddy follow it year round, 365 days a year. They're Oscar watching. I'm so happy that they find enjoyment in that kind of stuff. So don't make it think that I'm, poo-pooing on people who find enjoyment in things. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Poo-pooing.
No
Every
poo-pooing.
party needs a pooper though.
No pooper here.
No pooper. Okay. Nope. This party doesn't.
Ian's the party pooper. Ian's being the party pooper.
Nah, Ian's fine.
I don't know.
Another t-shirt. Don't be an Ian. Sorry. Please be an Ian. I love you, Ian. I have never seen Crash, so I don't even know what the argument's about.
Yeah, just things. Petty things.
Yeah. I got nothing else about Crash. I can't stand that movie.
I think it's time for something special.
All right. Yeah, let's Chris, lead us into what's going on next, man.
Well, it's trailer time.
There you go.
Okay, so Lauren, do you want to introduce or you want to just roll it?
So if you guys have seen me tease it on Twitter, I have a project, a thing that is going to start. It will actually be starting next Sunday, not during this time though, don't worry guys. But it's something I've been working on for a while, something I really wanted to get right, and hopefully I will, but we'll just have to see. So here's the full trailer for it.
Let's roll it.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
So tell us a little bit more about this thing, Lauren. What is the show? What's the purpose of the show? Why did you want to create this show?
Oh, now we're doing an interview. Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready.
Yep.
So this is, like I said, it's something that I really wanted to get right. some of you guys know I've done live shows before and stuff, and I really wanted to do it again because I miss doing it. You guys do yours, and it's always fun, just me as a viewer to watch and interact. But I wanted to create another space, and specifically another morning space for people to hang, and something that was structured a certain way, that had games, that had segments, that had all this. I want something more interactive than just the average talk show. Even though I love talk shows and they're great. I want something that when people go there and it really feels like a safe haven, not just because you like watching me or whatever, but or whatever interviews I might have, guests or whatever, but because you guys can chat with each other. That's my favorite thing to watch in any live show, is seeing everybody just have a blast together in the comments. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. So it's going to be lots of different segments, interactive stuff, lots of interviews. I've already got the first 5 episodes planned, which is kind of scary, but exciting. So just really excited, and hope y'all can tune in.
I look forward to be tuning in 10 a.m. on Sundays. Lauren, we like you here at Gathering of the Geeks. We like how much energy you have, and I think your energy kind of vibrates through everyone else's fandom as well. It is contagious. Is 100% right, Chris. So I look forward to your goofiness, your quirkiness, and your knowledge on Sunday mornings for sure.
Yes, and you guys are the first to know, but on the first episode, my good friend Steve, so not Mr. Hayner, even though I love Mr. Hayner, but Steve, Steve Post, who does TO Comic Club, he will be my guest host. And that's also something I want to do with the show is it's not just going to be me every single time. Many episodes I want to have guest hosts on, so people that I know in the community, even our creators. I want other people to be able to come on and be able to host and have a good time too if they would like. So
Chris and I? Chris and I come on?
It. Yes, you better. You got to gather in the neighborhood. We're going to make another t-shirt.
Chris doesn't sleep, so you'll have to be worried trying to get him up that early on a Sunday morning. But
I'll sleep before, so I'll figure it
out. Before, after.
Or after, yeah. I'll do it.
I definitely want to have you guys on. I think it's going to be a really good time. And yeah, I hope it's just a good pick 'em up every Sunday morning to get people going and just be happy. You get them twice in a day at some point. Can you believe? You have to deal with me twice a day, Grabs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's trouble actually thinking about that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's in the morning. I don't know. So you might.
Would I wear the same shirt as I'm wearing? Do I wear the same shirt in the morning and
then change it for our show?
Yeah, geez, oh man, and I gotta change the books behind me too. Oh man,
we have plenty of t-shirt ideas. I think you guys will be okay. Don't worry, Emmet. We'll just ship them to you. Don't even think. Chris and I got it.
I think we'll do this.
Oh my God! Boot Ian off this stream right now. Look at this! Look at this son of a gun over here.
I see. I think Ian should come on this show one day because I'd love to see the chaos ensue.
We got busy playing with his figures. He's got no time for real friends. He just spends time with plastic friends.
Plastic friends. Hashtag plastic friends. Another t-shirt. See?
Hashtag
they're sewing themselves right now.
Is somebody writing this down? Is somebody in the comments writing this down? Because we've had a ton of shirt ideas.
I hope so. You guys need a secretary.
We can do that. Like the intern who takes care of the Twitter is pretty good, I might say. There's no I in team, but that they're pretty good.
So before we get on in here, before we do some plugs, I just wanted to say again that we are doing Batman Week at Gathering of the Geeks. So we've got a poll up right now. We're going to have some stuff daily going on for Batman Week. So make sure you hit us up on our Twitter account. It grabs. You have no idea, okay? You don't know, okay? You don't even know.
I know what I say when I say it most of the time.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. So yeah, like I said, we've got a bunch of people seeing it this week. We got friends seeing it tomorrow. I'll be seeing mine on Thursday. Chris, you are seeing yours on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And just a little heads up for that, we will be recording with the Vigilante Boys on Monday for a audio only podcast that will then be releasing on the next Tuesday. I believe it's the 7th.
Yeah, and the reason for that
on the
is
8th. Sorry,
the reason that we're doing the 2 is because we want to do a non-spoiler, and then we just don't want to spoil it for anybody. So that way, if you guys want to avoid all that, you definitely can when you watch the show, and then after you see the movie, or if you decide, hey, I don't care, you can listen to the spoiler part.
Yeah, so make sure you hit us up on Twitter, guys. That's where all the Batman fun will be happening, where the intern will be making stuff up on the day of 10 minutes before they tweet it. And it all works out just fine. He's a swell intern, that guy.
They are a swell intern. We don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
We don't know who it is exactly. They're just in the account.
Don't give it away, Emmett. No spoilers about the identity.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Okay. Spoilers.
Yeah. Okay, Lauren, plug whatever else you got going on and plug your show just one more time for us.
Yeah. Y'all can find me at friendlymBHDBI on Twitter. And my show starts 10 a.m. next Sunday. Y'all are the first to know. Official announcement will go up tomorrow, but feel free to spread it if you'd like. I just wanted to give people a little early piece. I know that's always fun. I still write for the Wednesday poll, as my shirt says. So if you don't check them out, go check the website, thewednesdaypollist.com. See all the little reviews and stuff that we're doing. But yeah, hopefully y'all can come hang out on Sunday. And I forgot to mention, if you didn't see my Twitter already, I read Saga and it's good. More thoughts later.
Chris, go ahead, man.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at thatchris70. But as always, I prefer you guys to follow the Twitter account, G of the Geeks. And please, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do that now. If you like what we do, want to hear, that'd be cool. Emmett knows how to explain it better than I do.
Yeah, sure. Before I do mine, I just want to say thanks to Grabs, Juan, Eric, skipping over Ian's name, Zeddy, Cookie, Steve Hayner in the comments. Thanks so much, guys. It was a good one tonight. Keep that Kirby and slime talk coming. You can follow me on Twitter at EmmettDavis7, but like Chris said, just follow us on Twitter at G of the Geeks, and make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching live, and you can always check out this show in the podcast form, which will be out on Tuesdays. I think that's it. So in saying all that, for Lauren, thank you so much for coming on. For Chris, I'm Emmett, and we gather on Sundays.